Greetings, everybody, and once again, welcome to Fun Valley in Hutchinson, Kansas. It's time for Hutchinson Community College Softball on the Blue Dragons Sports Network this afternoon. The Blue Dragons look to continue their late-season surge in the month of April as they take on the Pratt Beavers in a Jayhawk Conference Eastern Division doubleheader. Steve Carpenter with you on a day that is a lot better than it started out. It was flat cold this morning when we all opened up our doors, but right now temperatures in the low 50s, a slight northwest wind at about maybe 10 to 15 miles per hour, not nearly as gusty, so you won't hear the big gusts, at least we hope, coming through the microphone as you did on Wednesday. Blue Dragons, a very important doubleheader sweep on Wednesday, dominating Jayhawk second place Barton 7-1 and then 8-1. And both games were within striking distance of run rule finishes. But the Dragons get two very important wins. They now even their record at 15-15, 10-10 in the Jayhawk East. They also moved up a spot in the standings. Hutchinson now number 3 in the standings. Now remember, the top 4 teams go to the Region 6 tournament. The Pratt Beavers are the fifth, right now on the outside looking in, 4-37 overall, 4-16 in the Jayhawk East. We'll get to the spots in the standings and all the distances where they have to be, or where they are currently in the standings. We'll get to that throughout the afternoon. But the Blue Dragons can do a lot in securing their spot in Dodge City in just a couple of weeks' time. There's really just a couple of weeks left of the regular season. But Hutchinson, with a sweep today over the Pratt Beavers, can go a long way into securing their spot in the postseason. One note for scheduling purposes, Sunday's doubleheader scheduled against Independence here has been moved to Monday at 3 and 5 p.m. With weather on Saturday and also a big baseball tournament going on out here at Fun Valley, Jamie Rose got with the Independence staff this morning and has decided it would be a lot easier on everybody involved to move that game back 24 hours. So whatever you do, Blue Dragon fans, do not show up at Fun Valley on Sunday or Saturday or Sunday, because there will be no Blue Dragon softball. These games were originally, with Pratt, were originally set for tomorrow. But because of the weather, and it looks like Hutchinson is going to get some precipitation tomorrow and be a little bit cooler, the Blue Dragons move these up 24 hours play right now. And then, as we just mentioned, Sunday's doubleheader against Independence will now be on Monday, game times at 3 or 5. We will stream them both for you. I won't be here. I will be with the Jayhawk Conference golf tournament over at Sand Creek Station. I am dedicated to be the scorekeeper for the Jayhawk Conference golf. Part of my duties as the president of the Sports Editors or Sports Information Directors Association. I get to go score 36 holes of golf on Monday and 18 more on Tuesday. But that's another story for another day. We get set here. Hutchinson won the first 2 games of this series back on March 22nd at Pratt down at Lemon Park by the scores of 10-3 and 7-5. Initially, this doubleheader was supposed to be at Pratt, and the March 22nd doubleheaders were supposed to be here, but because of field conditions and weather conditions, Pratt's field was much closer to being ready to play, so the adjustment was made to flip the series around, and that brings us to where we are right now. Nothing like a few changes in the schedule, and that's all it's been this year. Let's get to the starting lineup. First for the visiting team, the Pratt Beavers, again, 4-37 overall, 4-16 in the Jayhawk East, the fifth-year coach Melvin Jenkins. Kenzie Anderson will lead it off and play shortstop for the Beavers. Celeste Chavez bats second and plays third base. Batting third will be the first baseman, Lexi Sanborn. Batting fourth, and the designated player, Reagan Bennett. Batting fifth and playing left field for Pratt will be Michaela Trevino. Batting sixth is Kaylee Byers. She'll be in center field. Batting seventh will be the right fielder, Danielle Crumpler. Michelle Castillo bats eighth. She'll be at second base. And batting ninth and doing the catching this afternoon is Kiara Whitmore. Katie Otto gets the start, a sophomore from Van Alstyne, Texas. He's in the circle for Pratt. So the Beavers line up Anderson, Chavez, Sanborn, Bennett, Trevino, Byers, Crumpler, Castillo, Whitmore, and Caliotto in the circle. For the Blue Dragons, a very similar lineup. Again, Beanie Ludwig not in the lineup today as he is still battling a leg injury. And with the coolness of the temperatures, Jamie Rose isn't going to take a lot of chances on one of her top hitters. So the Dragons will line up like this. Leading off will be right fielder freshman Taylor Olery. Freshman Alexis Wade bats second, will play center field. Sophomore Kiara DeCrane will bat third and do the catching today. Freshman Marissa Rollin gets the start in the circle and is also the designated player. She bats fourth. Batting fifth will be freshman first baseman Ashley Wilson. Again, Ashley batting fifth. Sophomore Bryn Stockman bats sixth and plays left field. Bryn right now riding a team-high 10-game hitting streak. Freshman A.J. Briones bats seventh. She's at third base. Freshman Caitlin Schumacher is at shortstop and bats eighth. And sophomore Shelby Feldes bats ninth and will be at second base. So the Dragons send out a straight nine in the lineup. Olery, Wade, Crane, Rollin, Wilson, Stockman, Briones, Schumacher, and Feldes. And again, Marissa Rollin in her 6-1 record in the circle for the Blue Dragons. She's slated to be the #1 starter all year, but injuries kind of slowed her. And she will get her first Game 1 start. Lineups are being introduced. There's all kinds of action going on around the Jayhawk in spring sports. Blue Dragon track is down at the KT Woodman Classic. Blue Dragon baseball currently going on at Stanion Field in Pratt. Top of the fourth. That last update, Hutchinson leads Pratt 8-0. Dragons got off to a really good start with 4 runs in the first inning. And just recently updated, Logan Sarr just hit a 3-run home run. So the Dragon baseball team leading Pratt 8-0. The final 2 games of that series will field. And that's weather permitting. But the nice thing is now that we're not going to be split up. We were going to have a doubleheader on the network on Sunday. Now with the move of softball to Monday with Independence, that allows us to broadcast a single game on each day, kind of less taxing for the crew. So the Dragons being introduced, and we'll have the national anthem and the starting lineup. Still no word on the protest that was lodged by the Blue Dragons last Sunday at Seward County. They lost that game 11-6. Well, again, we'll get into that. But no official word. I imagine those are being discussed, and maybe we'll have some information for you during this afternoon's broadcast. But right now, with those 2 wins over Barton on Wednesday here, the place, even their record at 15-15, and are 10-10 in the Jayhawks. So the Blue Dragons and Pratt Beavers getting set to go. We're going to have to start, and we'll be back with the opening pitch right after this break. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you, getting set for the first of two. Quite honestly, it's a lot nicer out here than I had hoped for this morning. It was cold this morning. But the Blue Dragons lead Russell Rollin now taking their warm-up tosses. Working on getting the live stats out here very quickly, so hold on just a second and we'll get going again. So the Blue Dragons getting to take on Pratt, game 1 of 2. Now the live stats are up and running. And we get set for softball. Marissa Rollin, a 6-1 record coming into this one. And making her first game 1 start. This is her 4th start overall, 10th appearance, 6-1 with a 1.80 earner on average. 40 innings pitched, 36 hits allowed, 10 runs, 8 earned. She has struck out 33 and walked just 9. Opponent hitting just 228 against. She faces Tim Jensen. That's a hot shot off the glove of a diving Caitlin Schumacher into center field, just like that. The Beavers have their first hit of the game. It's coming at 2:01. Now Celeste Chavez will be the batter. Chavez. Big first doubleheader against the Blue Dragons. Runner goes, and Chavez bunts it foul. Chavez hitting .319, no home runs, 12 RBIs. 36 hits, 4 doubles, 1 triple. 0-1 to count. Rollins, no one's bunted. Right back to Rollins. Only play the lead at first. Second baseman Shelby Fellows was covered for a 1-4 sacrifice. Not uncommon for Marissa Rollins to give up first inning runs. Sanborn for the no home runs, but too high. Not much. Count even at 1-1. Marissa Rollins threw a ton of pitches on Wednesday. A complete game performance against Barton. 8-1 Hutchinson hit. Sanborn wouldn't chase the right ball. Rollins threw 152 pitches in the 7-inning victory. So that's 5 hits, 1 under, and runs struck out, 8 and walked 2. She got stronger as the game went on. 2-1 pitch. That one's close to shallow right field. Dropped in for a hit. Anderson being waved around her. The Sanborn drives in her July 21st of the year. Too much with it. Rollins gives up another first inning run. There's 1 run given up in her last 2 starts in the first inning. Player. They're all in for a strike. Back now. throwing error on Shelby Felder, so Pratt's got something cooking with already a run clock here in the first. As slow as it was, Shelby probably should have just went the first, got the score out. Just try to make the play. I think I didn't talk about it. The Blue Dragons. Pratt has a team. 248 for 4 home runs. Ball go too. Chase. Ball and 2 strikes. Taylor Byers. Ground ball to third. Has it over to first in time. Limits the damage. Pratt gets 1 run on 2 hits. There was a Dragon here. He didn't come into play. After a half inning, it's Pratt 1 and the Blue Dragons coming up. Katie Otto taking her warm-up tosses. Otto, a 5'7" sophomore from Van Alstyne, Texas. Otto was a losing pitcher in one of the games on March 22nd at Lemon Park in Pratt for the season. Otto 1-10 with an 8.33 ERA, 14th start, 17th overall appearance. She's worked 5 complete games, 56 in the third inning, pitched 113 hits allowed, 97 runs, 67 earned. She has struck out 21 and walked 30 and allowed 4 home run balls. Here's Taylor Ullery. This is ball 1. Ullery on Wednesday against Barton 5 for 6, 2 doubles and 3 RBIs. 3 runs scored, excuse me. The lineman to hit. Off speed for a strike inside half. Just 1-1. Taylor now hitting 406 for the one of 3 Blue Dragons hitting 400 and better. That pitch outside and 2-1. Taylor with 5 home runs. That's second on the team. 14 RBIs from the top spot. 7 doubles. 2-1 delivery. Lays off a breaking pitch outside. Ullery up in the count. 3-1. Ullery way into Crane here in the bottom of the first. Dragons trailing 1-0. Hard hit ball right to short. And DeAnderson has it. Fires it across in time to Lexi Sanborn. 1 away. Now Alexis Way. Alexis was hitless against Barton on Wednesday, 0 for 3, but she did score 3 runs. Way now hitting .353 with 36 total, hit 32 runs, 16 RBIs, 5 extra base hits, 3 doubles, 2 triples. And a week ago against Dodge City, she had a 5 for 5 game. Takes ball 1 from Katie Otto to start this at bat. Dragons trying to go above 500 with their season record for the first time since early February. They're 2-1 after a sweep of Cloud County, 3-2 after a split with NOC Enid. That's stroked into center field for a hit, and it gets through the center fielder Byers' glove and rolls all the way to the wall. Way heads for third. He's in standing with a single and 2 base error. The Dragons have the tying run just 60 feet away with only 1 out. So now a RBI opportunity for Kiara DeCrane. He 1 for 6 on Wednesday. Pitch inside. The sophomore catcher out of the Sooner State hitting .333, 13 for 39, a couple of home runs and 7 driven in. There's a change up in the zone that falls in for a strike. 1-1 now. She is hit safely in 4 of her last 5. Held hitless in game 1 Wednesday, but had a RBI single in game number 2. Hutchinson 8-1. Taken inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. He will push the envelope on trying to get hit with the pitch. Bit of a controversial call in game 1 on Wednesday against Barton. Slow change. As he looked like he was ducking out of and moved back in. There's a high fly ball left field, and it is out of here. Era DeCrane with their 3rd home run just got enough out of it to muscle it over the left field wall. And the Dragons lead it 2-1. Barely cleared the left field wall, the dimensions. 210 down the lines, 215 to the power alleys in left center and right center, and 2 to dead center. And Kiara just flat muscled that one out of here. Your 11th career home run. Both runs will be earned. So the Dragons take a 2-1 lead. Now pitcher Marissa Rollins, who homered on Wednesday. So curveball outside for ball 1. Marissa, a 3-game hitting streak where she's gone 5 for her last 10. She was 3 for 7 against Dodge City. 6 RBIs. She had 3 RBI games in both games. Now 2-0 here. Rollins average of .429, 12 for 20, hit a couple of home runs, and 14 RBIs. It's inside 3-0. So the Dragons immediately erase that one-run deficit. Gary with a grand two-run home run. Taking all the way, it's ball 4 to Rawlings. That'll bring up first baseman Ashley Wilson. Ashley, .313 average, making her 28th start at first base, 26 for 83, 2 home runs, 16 RBIs, 5 doubles to go into that total. Hard hit ball, and that'll skid her in the left field. Stopping at second is Rawlings. The Dragons have 3 hits in the first inning off of Katie Otto. And that for Ashley extends her hitting streak to 6 games. She is now 9 for her last 16 with a couple of doubles and 3 RBIs. Here's Brent Stockman with a 22-game homerless streak with the 3-run home run in Game 2 on Wednesday against Spartan. Just taken outside. Bryn now hitting .347 for the year. 35 for 101, 4 home runs, 22 RBIs. That one's hit well toward the gap left center field. It's going to one-hop the wall. Rollin will score easily. Wilson will be held at third. It's an RBI double for Brent Stockman. Very quickly, it's 3-1. Now Brent Stockman with an 11-game hitting streak. Stockman now 16 for her last 37. Just drove in her 8th RBI of that stretch. Now third baseman A.J. Briones gets jammed on the pitch and fouls it back out of play. A.J. was 4 for 7 on Wednesday with 3 doubles, 3 RBIs. Briones raising her average just under 300, 324 hits, 5 doubles, 14 RBIs. 1-1 count here to pitch. Little looper off the glove of the third baseman, and everybody's going to be safe. Third baseman Celeste Chavez just not tall enough to reach that one. Glances off her glove. That'll be a hit. And the Dragons have him loaded with 1 out. They'll bring up the 8th batter of the inning. Shortstop Caleb Schumacher. One of 2 Blue Dragons to go hitless. One of 3 Blue Dragons to go hitless on Wednesday. 0 for 7. Corks this one to left. That's down for a hit. Wilson will score. Stockman will be held at third, and it's 4-1 Hutch. The Dragons first pitch hacking right now against Katie Otto, and they've produced 4 runs. Caitlin got every bit of that one. Wilson scores. Stockman to third. Briones to second. A.J. drives in run number 15, and now sophomore Shelby Felder. Right on the outside corner. Shelby was hitless on let's say 0 for 4. But she did walk twice, steal a couple of bases, and scored 2 runs. Way outside. Felder hitting just 189. 14 hits and 74 at bats. A couple of doubles, 6 RBIs, but she has scored 17 runs. Once Shelby gets on, she can wreak havoc. Foul off. Defensively on Wednesday, where Shelby Felvis is the most noticeable. Key plays in both games of that doubleheader against Barton were very prevalent. One was the drop line drive, which he turned it into a 4-6-5 double play. Got the Dragons out of a big jam. Swung on the miss. That one gets through. Coming down the line. Up with the foul ball. Betty will return. Didn't hear the foul tip. And then umpire throws up the hands and Felton stays alive. Barton had bases loaded. And nobody out in the 5th inning. Chance to get back in. Get back and take it at 7. Here's a swing on this. Felton chasing one out of the zone. First strikeout for Katie Otto. 2 away now. Back to the top of the order, Taylor Ulrich. Taylor hit a hot shot to the shortstop, Kenzie Anderson, to start this inning off. Way singles, Crane homers, Rollin Watts, Wilson single, Brent Stockman doubled in a row. Briones singled in the infield hit. Taylor Schumacher drove a RBI single to left. Strike one to Taylor. 28 pitches in the inning for Otto. Low 1-1. Going to be at least a 30-pitch inning for Otto in the Dakota. Side is 2-1 to Owen. Taylor working on a 4-game hitting streak. 9 for 15 with 5 doubles over that stretch. 9 for 16 with her first at bat in this inning. That one's course foul outside of 13-2. Against Barton again on Wednesday. He was 5 for 6 with on base all 7 times. He walked in each game. Scored 3 runs. A couple of doubles. Double power to both gaps for Taylor. 2-2 pitch. Hit down the left field line. Diving, and it's a fair ball up the left fielder's glove. Stockman scores. Briones scores. They will wave Schumacher. He will score. Heading to third is Ullery. It's a bases clearing triple for Taylor Ullery. And the Dragons have a 7th spot in the first, now leading at 7-1. Heck of a try by Michaela Trevino, who was already shading toward the line, but it was dying on her. She made the headlong dive, got a glove on it, just couldn't get it. That allowed Schumacher, Briones, and Stockman to all come around. And it's a 7th spot here in the first, with Alexis Way standing in. Ullery makes it a 5-game hitting streak. Alexis Way snapped an 0 for 7. Pitched for 34 of the inning. It popped up and it would get out of play to our right. Bounce around and bounce off somebody's umbrella. Alexis, the 11th batter of the inning. So the Dragon softball team jumping on Pratt, much like the Dragon baseball team is doing so right now down in Pratt. Inside. Dragons had circled this doubleheader as a big one. It still is. Dragons just need to take care of business, and it started off in that fashion. Now they want to put any hopes of Pratt catching them for Region 6 in the rear view mirror. Took a little bit low, 3-1. The pitch brings up inside at the walk. Way reaches base for the 2nd time, and now Tierra to Crane. 3rd home run of the year, last time up in this inning. Katie Otto took the loss in the 7-5 Hutchinson win on March 22nd at London Park in Pratt. Threw a complete game on that afternoon. Allowed 10 hits, 7 runs, only 3 were earned. She did strike out a batter and walked 4. Now Key, way outside. Pitch number 38 of the inning. In that 2nd game, the Dragons trailed 6-5 entering the 5th. Runner goes from first. The throw down is not in time. Now here comes Ullery down, and she's in safely, a double steal. So the Dragons execute the double steal perfectly. Way steals 2nd, Ullery waits and then steals home. It is now 8-1. see what the count is. I did not catch. It is a 2-0 count. Inside 3-0 to the Crane. Memory serves, this ties as the largest single inning for Hutch this year. In terms of runs scored. Taking all the way, and the Crane draws a walk. First and second, 2 out for Marissa Rollins. She walked immediately after the Crane's home run. Third walk of the inning, issued by Katie Otto. Scoreboard only shows 1-0, and it is indeed 8-1. Oh, I guess I read backwards, my bad. These dumb glasses are throwing me off. It's outside the Rollins. 7 hits in the inning for Hutch. The error really hasn't come into play. The error was off the bat of Alexis Way, who singled the center fielder first time up and ball right under the glove of Kelly Byers. Alexis scored on the Crane's home run. Curveball, or a changeup drops in for a strike, and it's 1-2. So every run in the inning earned. The pitch. 0-2-2. 45th pitch of this first inning for Katie Otto. Tapper fouled the plate. Marissa Rollins almost walked into that in fair territory in which she would have been out, but home plate umpire immediately threw the hands up. Once contact was made, Marissa was still in the box. 2-2. Outside, full count. Way at second to Crane at first. They'll be moving on the pitch. 3-2 out. Outfield straight away and deep at all 3 positions. Big gap in left center. There's the pitch. Pulled foul by Rollins. Everybody will return. Good speed at second in Alexis Way. Average speed at first and Sierra DeCrane at first. Then blitz it, ready to run some more runners around. Runners go, 3-2 pitch to the hitter. Rollins hit with the pitch and the bases are loaded. Now time called as Melvin Jenkins will make his way out to the circle. Get you a baseball update. Bottom of the 5th, Hutch leads Pratt 11-0. The Blue Dragon baseball team on its way to game 1 with maybe a run rule victory. Here, Pratt scores 1 in the top of the 1st. The Blue Dragons have blown up for 8 in the bottom. He runs on 7 hits. Alexis Way a single. Sierra DeCrane a 2-run home run. Marissa Wallenrock. Actually, Wilson single and scored a run. Then Stockton had an RBI double and a run scored. Briona singled off the glove of the third baseman. Caleb Schumacher an RBI single. Velva struck out. And Taylor O'Leary really broke it open with a 3-run triple down the left field line. Way and DeCrane both walked. Rollins hit with a pitch. Now it's 1-0 to Wilson. That pitch is number 50 for Katie Otto. Outside 2-0. Dragon dugout once again in full throat. Like they are all the time. You have fun that much. Loops off the glove into left field. He scores. DeCrane being waved. She will score. Rollins stops at second. It's a 10-run inning. 2 RBI single for Ashley Wilson. Great diving attempt by Kenzie Anderson. Just couldn't come up with it. Now the 15th batter of the inning, Bryn Stockton. She extended her hit streak to 11 with an RBI double. A one hop to left center field fence to take the strike on the inner half. Ever since Bryn was dropped down in the lineup, that's when the hit streak started. James one foul outside of third. Down the count 0-2. Pratt snapped a long losing streak. They defeated Independence on Wednesday at Lemon Park. Beavers and Pirates splitting that doubleheader. That's Pratt's 4th win of the season. All 4 wins have come in conference play. They got signed 1-2. Right now, the only bad swing of the lot was the 2-strike pitch to Shelby Felder that struck her out. A rise ball up and away. Everything else, the Dragons have been right on top of. Foul off to the right. And it's off by Overland Park. Now 91 career hits for Brent. 6 career home runs. Gander gets enough on it to pull it foul. Not a whole lot of foul ball help over here on the left side. The pitch grounded up the middle. That's in the center for a hit. Rollin will be held, and the bases are once again loaded. So Stockman 2 for 2. Here is the Friends team. You know it's A.J. Briona stepping to the plate. A.J. now a 4-game hitting streak, 6 for her last 12. With her single in the earlier this inning. Case went down the left field line. That's going to go foul. And the next pitch for Katie Otto will be number 60 of the inning. 6-0. 10 runs, 9 hits for the Blue Dragons. The biggest inning of the season. AJ with the chase high and 1-1. Two good blows in the inning. Sierra DeCrane's 2-run home run and a 3-run triple by Taylor Ohlers. Loop is shallow right. Could be trouble and it's down for a hit. Rollins has already scored. Here comes Wilson to score. Moving into second is Briones, and it's 12-0. 12-1, excuse me. Little bloop single to right. Stockman goes first to third. Wilson and Rollins both score. 10th hit of the inning. 12 runs now in the inning. Here's Caitlin Schumacher. RBI single her last time up. She is the 17th batter of this first inning. Taking down ball 1. Coming in, the Blue Dragons are hitting .312 as a team. Schumacher hitting .224. Numbers being helped out by this inning. 2-0 to Schumacher. Hard hit ball snagged by the third baseman, Celeste Chavez. And the inning is over. Caitlin hit the daylights out of it. So that's how the first inning, and 17 come to the plate. 12 score on 10 hits. There's one error that really didn't come into play. All runs were earned. After one, here at Fun Valley, Dragons 12 and the Beavers 1. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. I understand we're having some audio issues with crackling. We'll work on those, but there's not a whole lot we can do with that. Just the way the technology is out here, running on hotspots. It's 1-1 to Danielle Crumpler, the right fielder. Pratt now finds itself down 12-1, right? It's 12 runs on 10 hits. Late on that right. Ball is 1-2. Hit. There's 2-2. Crumpler hitting .229. The pitch. Just missing. 4 RBIs. 243 on base for Crumpler. Count runs full. On pitch. Hard hit ball. Great stop by A.J. Brianna. She fires across in time for out number 1. That was a high chopper down the line that A.J. made a great stab at right at the bag. And she threw a strike to Wilson for out number 1. The second baseman, Michaela Castillo. First pitch to Castillo is a strike. Castillo hitting .188 for the year. 19 hits, 9 runs scored, 8 RBIs. Ends up and swings through that one. Quickly, 0-2. Extreme issues we have in terms of the audio. 0-2 pitch. Change up misses high, a ball and 2 strikes. Sometimes we are at the mercy of our equipment. The pitch. Slice foul. Comebacker right to Rollins. He's got it. Low throw. Wilson digs out 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. for the catcher, Kiera Whitmore. Whitmore hitting .232, 13 hits. 1 for a double, 2 RBIs. Swing and a miss. Rollin gave up a run on 2 hits in the first. Right now he's retired the first 2 batters here of the second. Foul back, 0-2. Again, working on the audio issues. We apologize for them. And evidently we may have got them taken care of. A wind in the 0-2. That pitch up and away. Thanks for the tip for one of you listening in. Let us know that the stream was being kind of crackly. We appear to have that taken care of. 1-2 pitch. Tap foul. Well, at least the audio was working through that, or the video was working through that 12-run first inning. The guru, Brandon Sams, all over that. That's why we keep him around. The pitch upstairs, 2-2. He's also great for comedy relief when you need it. That's what his wife Cherie says. 2-2 pitch. High chopper right side, big hop for Shelby Felvis. Easy throw to first, and that's a 1-2-3. Top of the second for Marissa Rollin. We go to the bottom of the second inning. Dragons 12 and the Beavers 1. Well, the technical gremlins appear to be out. Right now, Twitter is down. I was trying to update between innings, and an ugly blue screen that says something is technically wrong. Thanks for noticing. It's hard not to notice when you hit send and you get a funky-looking thing on Twitter that says something is technically wrong. So we will have a new pitcher for the Pratt Beavers. Celeste Chavez is going to go into the circle. And we'll try to get these changes for you. We'll also have some, I think we'll have some changes for the Blue Dragons as well. Jamie Rose had the card out. So
now batting second baseman number 4, Shelby Felvis.
So here's Shelby Felvis. Pitch is taken upstairs. Sanborn is now at third. No one's bunted. Fielded by the pitch. The throw is low and everybody's safe. I mean, error on the pitcher. Now it's back to the top of the order, and Taylor Ullery. At first base now for Pratt is Sammy Deford.
The right fielder, number 1, Taylor Ullery.
We're not 100% sure where she's going to hit. That one is fouled off. Everything else looks the same for Pratt. The pitch. Hit foul out of play. So until I get confirmation, we're going to put Deford in the DP spot. Taylor cranks that one. It's got home run distance over the trees, but it's foul. All right, Twitter back up and living again, so we'll finally get that tweet out. Oliver swings and fouls it out of play. May have to get on the soapbox again about softball umpires not reporting changes to the official scorekeepers up here. Makes our job twice as tough. Try to catch changes as they come in. The pitch popped up high, shallow left coming in is Trevino. She drops the ball, and getting into second safely is Felvis, so there'll be an error on the left fielder, Trevino. I think it was at a mile high. Now Alexis Way. Way in that first inning scored 2 runs. She singled and she walked. She got to come home once easy on a 2-run home run by Kiara DeCrane. Second time she came home on a 2-run single by Ashley Wilson. 12-run first inning, the biggest single inning of the year for Hutchinson. They've given up a 13-run inning. That's no good. Fouled off by Alexis, and it's 1-1. Last check, Hutch baseball up 11-0 in the 5th at Stanton Field in Pratt. We'll keep you up to date on that. 1-1 pitch, fouled off. Well, the designated ball chasers are going to be busy today. There's not a big crowd out here. One and two, the count to Alexis Way. Ball 4, or actually the pitch hitter. Second hit batsman. Bases are loaded now. Shelby Felvis to third, Taylor Ullery to second. Now Kiara DeCrane. Key has homered and walked, scored twice, 2 RBIs. Home run, her third of the year. 11th career home run for Kiara DeCrane. And she hits this one into center field for a hit. Felvis and Ulrey will both score. Way will be held at third. RBIs 2 and 3 for Key, and it's 14-1 Hutchinson. The nice thing about that at bat for DeCrane is she didn't try to hit the daylights out of it. She just got a square piece of it and sent it right back up the box.
Now batting the pitcher, number 24, Marissa Rollins.
Both runs unearned. In fact, not true. Not everyone will be unearned, but those two are. And here's Marissa Rollins. Walked and hit by a pitch. No official time of at bat, but she has 2 runs scored. Season high for runs scored. The Dragons have just tied it. They had 14 on February 5th at NOC Enid. Pitch outside, runner goes. Snap throw to third. Back in safely his way. So to Crane with the stolen base. Her first of the year. And the Dragons are now spotless in their last 51. High fly ball hit well to left. At the wall and gone. A 3-run home run for Marissa Rollins. It's 17-1. New season highs for runs produced for Hutchinson. Rollins hits her third. So Rollins scores her third run, has 3 RBIs on 1 hit. Bases cleared, now it's Ashley Wilson. 17 runs on 12 hits for the Blue Dragons through right now just 1+ innings. Wilson hitting for the third time, a couple of singles, 2 runs scored, and 2 RBIs. Those came on a 2-run single on her second at bat of the first. Tied up on that pitch, and she goes around for strike 1. Line of the pitch. Foul out of play. Hutchinson's previous hit or run score was 15. 15 at Enid. That has been surpassed. Their high hit total is 23 at Enid. They tie their home run season high for the 8th time. There's a swing and a miss. Wilson goes down on strikes. She's 2 for 3. Now Bryn Stockman 2 for 2. She extended her hit streak to 11. An RBI double and a single.
The left fielder, number 14,
Bryn now 17 for her last 38. A 22-game homerless streak on Wednesday. Strikeout her half at the letters, nothing in 1. That's a hard hit ball, and Bryn's 3 for 3. Solid strike the opposite way to right field. Now A.J. Briones 2 for 2. Dragons with their 13th hit in 1 1/3 innings. Briones a couple of singles, a run scored, 2 RBIs. Hit left side, knocked down by the shortstop. Long throw to first, not nearly in time. Throw gets away, and that will allow the runners to move up. Stockman to third, Briones to second, and there's going to be 2 errors on that play. Both charged on the shortstop, Kenzie Anderson. One for fielding the ball and one for throwing the ball, allowing everybody to move up. Now Caitlin Schumacher. So 5 errors in the game. That ball's hit to center field, playable. Ball caught by Byers, tagging and coming down the line to Stockman. She scores. Throw to third, and Briones is going to be out. So the Dragons get another run, 6 in the inning. And after 2, they lead Pratt 18-1. Now, Blue Dragon Baseball has completed a victory down in Pratt, although nobody has posted the actual final score, but the Dragons won it in 5. I imagine it was either 10 or 11 to nothing. I think it was 11 nothing at one point. Jake Bunce gets the complete game victory. Here, 18-1, high fly ball, shallow left, and it drops in for a hit between 3 Dragon defenders for leadoff hitter Kenzie Anderson. So, single to start. Anderson's 2 for 2. Galen Schumacher went out. Brent Stockman and Alexis Way came in, and it landed right into the Bermuda Triangle. So Anderson 2 for 2, 2 of 3 Pratt's hits, and now here's the pitcher Chavez. Pops this one up. Wilson toward the fence, and she can't make the play. She overran it. That'll be an error charge to Alexis Wilson. So strike 1 to Chavez, who's now in the game as a pitcher. Pops this one up again. This will be much easier to catch for Wilson, 1 away. Two errors for the Dragons. 5 for Pratt in the game. 12 in the first, 6 in the second for Hutchinson. Now here's third baseman Lexi Sanborn. She started at first, but when they made the pitching change in the second, she moved over to the other corner. Pitch inside, ball 1. Tuno. Sanborn taps that one foul. 2-1 the count. Rolling into the wine, the 2-1. Popped up, and this one will get back out of play to my immediate left. You heard the big thud off the wooden bleachers. Don't get too used to these old bleachers. They're going to be gone after this year. New bleachers in next year. Been told the dugouts will move into the same area code as home plate. Two-two pitch. Low one in. Good stop by Kier to Crane. Full count now to Sanborn. Also, no reason to be too fine. You're pitching with a 17-run lead right now. Payoff pitch. That one's hit well to the left. Tracking it is Bryn Stockman. She's got it 2 away. Returning to first is Anderson. Sanborn hit it well. Now the DP, Reagan Bennett. So indeed, as we thought, Sammy Deford is in the flex spot, and she is at first base and not hitting. So we have our lineups correct. Strike one called. Wind might be shifting directions more toward the straight west because we're getting more of a breeze, which means it's getting a little cooler in our our shade shrouded broadcast position. Fouled straight back. Did you flinch, Brandon?
Do I ever flinch?
Did you flinch?
You not just see me rocking down here?
That was the Denny Steckline effect. Asking if people flinching on foul balls. 0-2 pitch, curveball outside. Now the runner strays off. Snap throw to first, not in time.
No, but I do believe Thomas Nelson flinched.
Anderson went about 10, 15 feet off the base. Had Key thrown it right to first. She'd have taken off to second, so Key made her go back to first. Pitch popped up, and it'll be back onto the roof. Dragons with their largest single inning of the season, 12 in the first, sent 17 to the plate. 4 big hits in that inning. 1-2 pitch. Grounded left side, base hit. Anderson will stop at second. So nice piece of 2-strike hitting by Bennett. She's got a 1-2 pitch up over the inner half. She drove it between Briones and Schumacher for a hit. Now the left fielder, Michaela Trevino. Trevino reached on a fielder choice her first time, takes one high and tight. Trevino made a great diving attempt on that Taylor Olery 3-run triple. Got a glove on it, just couldn't latch onto it for the out. The ball skittered away from her. Shoots that one toward left, but it's late on it, fouls it off, 1-1. Dragons 15-15 overall, Pratt 4-37. Got 11 more games than the Blue Dragons have this year. 1-1 from Rollins, swung on and missed. Big lead at second by Anderson, but Key waits her out and sends her back. That was a 50th pitch roll, number 51, to swing and a miss for a strikeout in the end of the inning. Pratt gets a couple of hits, but nothing else. They strand 2. Also one Dragonair that didn't lead to anything. After 2.5, 18-1 Blue Dragons. Shelby Felbus leads off to third. Couple of changes for Pratt. I'll get those to you here in a second. Shelby Felbus to lead it off. 0 for 2. She struck out, then reached on a throwing error in the second on a bunt attempt and later scored, ball 1. Celeste Chavez back in the circle. Her second inning of work. There's a strike. Can't even at 1-1. So Caitlin Reed into the game. She's in left. And Monica Corville in right field. 3-1 now to Felbus. That one's up the middle, and Shelby has her first hit of the game. 14th for Hutchinson. That means that every Blue Dragon in the starting lineup has a base hit. Now Cassidy Pruka is going to pinch hit for Taylor Ullery. Taylor will leave the game 1 for 3 with 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Cassidy, the sophomore out of Bellevue, Nebraska. Imagine there's going to be some more changes. Cassidy with one of the cooler walk-ups, AC/DC. So Felbus at first with the single, now Cassidy Pruka.
Now batting number 12, Cassidy Pruka.
Cassidy hitting .280, 7 for 25, 3 doubles, a home run, and 3 RBIs. Swinging from the left side. She's got some juice in that bat. Pitch taken a little bit low. Cassidy, a little bit of a do-all type player. She can pitch, play the outfield, play first base. Very solid pinch hitter. Her last pinch hit appearance was a 2-run double last week. Upstairs. Looks like Isabel McCarty, or can't tell the number, it's a 6 or an 8. That one's tap foul. Isabel McCarty in the on-deck circle. 2-1 the count to Cassidy. A wind in the pitch. Little roller foul. It's going to be fair, fielded by the third baseman, and it's going to be an infield single. No way they're going to get Cassidy. A swinging bunt, they call those. Well, it's an infield single for Cassidy. Felbus to second, and that will bring up the aforementioned Isabel McCarty, the freshman from Wichita. She'll be pinch hitting for Alexis Way. Snap throw to first. Now, very wisely, Shelby Felbus steals third. That's Shelby's 4th steal of the year. There's a strike, snap throw to third, and that's going to allow Cassidy Pruka to steal second. Well, unconventionally, a couple of stolen bases. Cassidy's 3rd of the year. Isabel does 2 for 8 for the year, a double, 2-run score, no RBIs. She pops this one up shallow center. Could be trouble, and drops for a hit. Coming down the line is Felbus to score, and then with nobody at second base, McCarty wisely takes second. So an RBI single for McCarty here, first RBI of the year, and the Dragons lead at 19-1.
The catcher, number 16, Kiera DeCrane.
Now Kiera DeCrane. Key pops one up, shallow center. Byers makes the catch, tagging is Pruka. Here comes the play, and she's out at the plate. Good block of the plate by the catcher, Whitmore. Good throw from Byers. McCarty stays at second. That'll be Marissa Rollin, the pitcher.
Now batting, the pitcher, number 24, Marissa Rollin.
Rollin is homered, smashes this one foul. Just short of the bag when it hopped over. AJ Briones had a double on Wednesday against Barton that hit right off the corner of the bag and carried into shallow left field. That plated 2 runs. That was close to that. That one popped up. Rollin fooled. And it's the first baseman, Dieford, making the catch. And the Dragons are done in the third. They get one, though, 1 run on 3 hits. Leave 1, and after 3, it's 19-1 Hutchinson. Madison Llewellyn takes over in the circle with Hutchinson leading 19-1. Marissa Rollin remains as the game as the DP. And it is 2-0 to center fielder Kelly Byers. This would be a good opportunity for Madison to get her confidence back. Outside 3-0. She's struggled in the last 3 outings. And lost her starting spot. There's a strike. Rollin worked 3 innings. Allowed 1 run on 4 hits. 3-1 to Byers is a leadoff walk. And that's one of the big problems that Madison has been facing in this 2019 season. Llewellyn walks her 35th batter of the year in 41 innings. 1-6 record for Rollin. 8.78 earned run average. 16th overall appearance. There's a swing and a foul back. 2 complete games for Llewellyn. One came against these Pratt Beavers on March 22nd. 41 innings pitched, 67 hits, 56 earned. 56 runs, 40 earned, 28 strikeouts, and now 35 walks. Pitch outside, snap throw to first. Defensively for the Dragons, Alexis Way, who was pinch hit for, returns to center. So is Taylor Ellery in right. 1-1 pitch, popped onto the netting. And trickles down and lands on a couple of fans. 1-2 the count. To Monica Corville, who entered the game. The pitch. Hit well to center field on the run his way. It's overhead and will one-hop the wall. Byers will stop at third. And Corville has a long single. So Pratt has their first 2 on to start the 4th. And now it'll be the second baseman, Michelle Castillo. Castillo grounded back to the pitcher her first time. Llewellyn into the line, high ball 1. Llewellyn out of Wellington, a 5'8" freshman. Outside 2-0. Ray Gary telling Madison to finish her pitches. Strike at the letters, 2-1. (19-1) Dragons. 12 in the first, 6 in the second, 1 in the third. High fly ball to left. Stockman's under it, tagging his Byers. Here comes the throw, not in time. And then that will allow the runner to move up to second. So Castillo with the sac fly to left. Byers scores to make it 19-2. Now a runner at second, 1 out. For the catcher, Kiera Whitmore. Whitmore grounded to second baseman. Shelby Fell was her first time. Strike called. The book on Rollins, 3 innings, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 strikeout, no walks, and 51 pitches. Strike call outside corner. Good off-speed pitch. It was 101 pitches less than she threw 48 hours ago. 0-2 pitch. Outside. The delivery way outside. 2 balls and 2 strikes, the count. Slightly open stance for Whitmore. A pitch. Foul tipped into the glove of Kiera DeCrane. That's a strikeout, and there's 2 away. Now it's back to the top of the order in shortstop, Kenzie Anderson, who's 2 for 2. She has 2 of Pratt's 5 hits. Byers walked. Moved up. Went second to third on Corville's single. And then scored on Castillo's sac fly. That's ball 1 to Anderson. Dragons comfortably in front, 19-2. Upstairs, 2-0. Control has been the main issue for Madison Llewellyn. Foul ball. Speed-wise, not overpowering, but enough to make the rise ball useful. Strike at the knees, 2-2. Anderson didn't think so. But now the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The pitch. Fouled it off. Anderson way out on her front foot and kept the hands back just enough to get a piece of the ball. Two-two pitch. Change up outside, full count. Three and two out the pitch. Slow roller left side, charging is Schumacher. Throw on, got her, and the inning is over. Good strong throw from Caitlin Schumacher. She also got tied up by Coorville a little bit, but still made the play. 1 run on 1 hit, 1 left after 3.5. Dragons 19 and the Beavers 2. Jaden Vosberg will pinch hit here to start the bottom of the 4th. Vosberg out of Wichita, 5'6" freshman. Pinch hitting for Ashley Wilson. Also, Brooke Jameson is in the on-deck circle. She'll pinch hit for Bryn Stockman, and I imagine that with re-entry, Ashley and Bryn will re-enter the game. Ball 1 to Jaden Vosberg. Celeste Chavez into the circle for her 3rd inning. Vosberg looking for her first hit, just 0 for 4. There's a strike. Count even at 1-1. One start in the season for Vosberg. She went 0 for 2 in that game. Hard hit ball. That's off the bag and fair down the line. This could be extra bases for Vosberg. Throw coming in. It's a leadoff double for Jaden Vosberg. Her first hit is a Blue Dragon. One skimmed off the back side of the bag. So Vosberg collects Hutchinson's 17th hit of the game. And now Brooke Jameson will pinch hit. Pinch hit for Bryn Stockman, who leaves the game leaves the game momentarily 3 for 3. Strike 1 to Brooke. Sophomore out of Andover, primary pinch run role with the Blue Dragons. The pitch, a little bit low, and they count even at 1-1. Brooke 2 for 8, no extra base hits, an RBI, and 5 runs scored. There's a strike. Between innings, I will try to tap in and see where the 19 runs scored is on the all-time charts. Slow roller left side. Anderson has it. Chases the runner back. Now they have Vosberg in a run down between second and third. And she's in safely. Going up to second is Brooke Jamison to be a fielder's choice. And runners at second and third. So Jaden Vosberg tried to hold the runner, or tried to hold the throw a second to give Brooke a fighting chance. Almost got caught off base and had a great slide at third to avoid the tag. Moving up to second is Brooke Jamison, and now Maddie Miner. So Maddie Miner will pinch hit. Also Trinity Ensminger in the on-deck circle will pinch hit for Caitlin Schumacher. Miner out of Perry, Oklahoma, a sophomore. Miner 0 for 10 on the year. She's walked once. The pitch hits her. And the Dragons have him loaded with no out here in the fourth. That'll bring up Trinity Ensminger. Ensminger out of Wichita. Ensminger 0 for 5 in the year. RBI opportunity here for the lefty. She takes high, ball 1. Pratt had a short-lived 1-0 lead after a half inning, and the Blue Dragons subsequently sent 17 to the plate in the bottom of the first and scored 12. Slap foul over toward the Pratt dugout. Count even at 1-1. Chavez into her third inning of work. According to the Pratt stats, the Beavers have thrown a lot of people into the circle. The pitch, little roller up the middle, that's a base hit. Vosberg scores. Everybody else moves up, and it's 20-2. First hit of the season for Trinity Ensminger. Got her first career RBI. Vosberg scores, Jamison to third, Miner to second. And Bailey Bronner will be the hitter. She'll be pinch hitting for Shelby Felvis. So that is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight pinch hitters here in the bottom of the fourth. Bailey had a huge doubleheader against Pratt on March 22nd. In game number 1, she was 3 for 5 with an RBI. In game number 2, 3 for 4 with 2 runs and a double. Bronner hitting .370 for the year. 10 hits and 27 at-bats, 2 doubles, 3 RBIs. Bases loaded, nobody out, 20-2 Hutch. And she hits one high and deep to left center field. It is high off the wall. Jamison and scores. Here comes Miner. She will score, and it's a 2-run double for Bailey Bronner, who just missed a grand slam by about 2 feet. Ensminger goes to third. 22-2. And that will bring Taylor Olery to the plate. And we will get a pinch runner. Shelby Felvis returns. So Bronner leaves the game. There's Olery, 1 for 3, a 3-run triple. She hits this one to center field. That's down in front of the center fielder. Ensminger scores. Felvis will be held at third. It'll be a double for Olery, and it's 23-2. That was the 20th hit of the game for Hutch. These are all now season highs. Alexis Way, she was pinch hit for in the third, as was Taylor Olery. Way 1 for 1, 3 runs scored. A single, a walk, and she was hit with a pitch. Little blooper to right, that could be trouble. That's down for a hit. Everybody's going to stay put. Throw comes all the way in. So Way drops the 21st hit of the game in the right field. Now Kiara DeCrane will be the batter.
The catcher, number 16, Kiara DeCrane.
Key and Marissa Rollins are the only Dragons have been pitch hit for yet in this one. Key 2 for 3. 2-run home run and a 2-run single. Hits this one to center field, playable for Byers. Makes the catch. Nobody's going to tag, and now there's 1 out. Dragons have batted around. Marissa Rollins, the 9th batter. Rollins 1 for 2. A 3-run home run in the third. She has 3 runs scored. She's been walked and been hit with a pitch. She turns on this one and yanks it foul. Dragon baseball with a run rule victory, 11-0 in game 1 down at Stadium Field at Pratt. They're getting set for game number 2. In fact, they already might be underway. That pitch is a ball. It's 1 ball and 1 strike. That's one of the worst feelings in baseball and softball, to be the team that's getting clubbed, just standing in the field. There's a high fly ball deep left center field. You can forget about this one. That's a grand slam for Marissa Rollins, and it's 27-2. Wow, that was a no-doubter. Way, Olery, and Felvis all score ahead. It's an 8-run inning, 27-2 now the score. And unfortunately for Celeste Chavez, Melvin Jenkins comes out. We're going to get a pitching change. Yeah, I think it's just going to be position changes. But we'll tell you about the changes right after this break. Starting pitcher Katie Otto returns to the circle. The Pratt Beavers return to their original lineup. Celeste Chavez moves back to third, and Lexi Sanborn moves back over to first base. Now Jaden Vosberg, who's led off this inning with a double. She's the 10th batter of the inning, strike called. 9 have come to bat here in the fourth. 8 have scored. Marissa Rollin with a grand slam. She now has 7 RBIs in the game. Pitch inside. Got some numbers to chase down because now the Dragons are in record territory. There's a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 to Jaden. Problem is I'm not going to be able to maybe chase down the records because I got to put everybody back in defensively for Hutchinson. The pitch. Way outside, 3-1. $12 in the first, 6 in the second, 1 in the third, 8 so far here in the fourth. 3 home runs are a season high. The 27 runs, 22 hits are season highs. Vosberg swings and misses for out number 2. So Vosberg 1 for 2. That'll bring up Brooke Jamison, who pinch hit and reached on a fielder's choice and scored. You can credit the base running of Jaden Vosberg. That one's hit toward left center field, down for a hit. And Brooke's going to take off for second. The throw not in time. It's a double for Brooke. .23 hits now. Maddie Miner will be the batter. I don't know if I've ever been to a game where pinch hitters have hit twice in the same inning. 3 of them now. Maddie hit with the pitch and scored. Pitch way outside. The 1-0. There's a strike outside corner. Dragons with potentially historical offensive explosion in this one. That one's looped into left field, down for a hit. Ball's overran. That's going to allow Miner to go into second. Jamison will stay at third. Second and third, 2 out for Trinity Ensminger, who drove in a run with a single and scored. Pitch is a strike, snap throw to third. Jamison is back. All right, so 7 RBIs by Marissa Rollin, ties the school record. She is the 6th player to do so. The last, Holly Kelly against Garden City in 2016. So that takes care of that one. Swing and a miss, 1-2 to Ensminger. Dragons have tied the school record for runs. That pitch popped up, caught for out number 3. So we'll get into more of those numbers when we come back. We head to the 5th, 27-2 Hutchinson. Welcome back to Fun Valley, everybody. Steve Carpenter with you. 27-2 Hutch. The Blue Dragons have tied a all-time record for runs scored in a game with 27. That mark last came. Oh, I take that back. Runs scored. Looked at the wrong column. Runs scored. They were one short. They tied for second most. Hutch had 28 runs against Bethany JV on February 27th of last year. Last time they scored 27 against Brown Mackey in 2014. So it's not a school record. Right up there, 24 hits. Represent the third most in team history. And strike one to start the fifth. In order for this game to advance, Pratt's going to score 17 or 18 in the inning. Ball one, and it's 1-1 to Chavez. Everybody for Hutchinson that was pinch hit for re-entered, so it's the initial starting defensive lineup. Hard hit ball, foul. Seven runs, 24 hits for Hutch. Marissa Rollin ties a school record with 7 RBIs. Foul back to the screen. Game number 2 will be about 25 minutes after the completion of this one. You'll have to change links. That link available at BlueDragonSports.com on the media page. Was also posted earlier this afternoon on Twitter and Facebook. Megan Davis, the expected starter in game number 2 for Hutchinson. High pop, shallow left center, Stockman and Way, and it's Alexis Way calling it off and making the catch, one away. Now first baseman, Lexi Sanborn. Katie Otto will hit in the DP spot. Pitch foul back. It's 0-1 to Sanborn, who's 1 for 2. Had an RBI single in the first. That seems like a long time ago. Pratt had a 1-0 lead into this one. Pitch upstairs. Llewellyn trying to close it out. Marissa Rollin looking for her 7th win of the season. Two outs away from that. The pitch. Pop foul out of play. Last Blue Dragon with 7 RBIs in a game was Holly Kelly 3 years ago. Went 2 delivered from Llewellyn. That one got away from her, and it's 2-2. Small crowd, but a few students have made their way out. High pop, left side, and out of play. Just outside the Pratt dugout. Again, if you're just joining us, Sunday's game against Independence scheduled for here has been moved to Monday. Game times 3 and 5 p.m. 2-2 pitch. Woo. A 25-run game. That's probably should be a strike. Full count now to Sanborn. A pitch. Called strike 3. Llewellyn went right back to the well and got the call that time. 2 up and 2 down. And it'll be the pitcher, Kaylee Otto. Otto hitting for the first time. Pitch back to the screen from Llewellyn. There's a strike at the knees, and it's 1-1. 12-run first kind of took the excitement out of this one, with the Dragons have put up an awesome amount of runs today. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Pratt down to its final strike. Heck, what we'll do here to get things turned around, we'll do a post game before we even break. We'll get that out of the way. The pitch, a little bit low. That'll allow me a little extra time to dig out the numbers and be better prepared for game 2. The wind in the pitch. Swing and a miss, and that's the ball game. Hutch wins at 27-2. Again, normally we'd break away and then set up for the post game, but we're going to do the post game right here for the Blue Dragons. 27 hits, 24 runs. 27 runs, 24 hits, 2 errors, 5 left on. For Pratt, 2 runs, 5 hits, 6 errors, 5 left on. The winning pitcher, Marissa Rollins, she improves to 7-1. Katie Otto takes the loss. She falls to 1-11. Dragons scored the tie for the second most runs in team history, the third most hits in team history. Marissa Rollins with 2 home runs in the game. A 3-run home run and a grand slam ties the school record for RBIs in the game. So the Dragons get a 27-2 win in game number 1. They are now 16-15 overall, 11-10 in the Jayhawk West. Pratt falls to 4-38, 4-17. We'll be back with you in about 25 minutes. Again, you'll have to switch links. Until then, Steve Carpenter from Fun Valley reminding you the final score in 5 innings. Hutch 27, Pratt 2. We'll see you in about 25 minutes. Until then, so long, everybody.